Welcome to our first session of Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. Let's go ahead and get on into it. So, we find ourselves overlooking the city of perpetual light, the city of Elturel. Night has just fallen over the city, and though the sun has set, the given name of this place still holds true, the city of perpetual light. It gets this name from a great radiant sphere that floats directly above the spires of the city's high hall, and its light never truly leaves the streets or the surrounding countryside. Known to the people of Elturgard as the Companion, this glowing sphere illuminates an early dawn in and around Elturel even as the night deepens. Just outside of the city proper rests a bustling tavern. It overlooks the Great Chianthar River to the south, and outside of this tavern, a sign reads, "A pair of black antlers." There's a flat carving underneath that sign with an image to match the words. Pilgrims from all around the Sword Coast. Pilgrims from all around the Sword Coast can be found inside of this establishment, traveling to the city to view the light of the Companion for themselves. Hellriders, Elturel's elite fighting force, also fill the tables and benches alongside sailors from the nearby river docks, and so many others. So, the mood inside of the Antlers is jovial. All these people around are obviously having a great time, all the Hellriders, all of the different people, but in a back room, the mood is less than jovial, and all of these people in the main room seem utterly oblivious to the calamity that is about to befall them. A little ways away, there is a gathering of leaders from several prominent organizations. A meeting is set to take place tonight, and while most of them have arrived, some still make their way into the Antlers. So, in this back room, there are several people. There is a large, heavily armored man sitting at the middle of the table. He seems impatient. And as you're all gathered there, go ahead and start with our introductions. So, sitting nearby the large, armored man, off to the side a little bit, not sitting directly next to this person, almost seeming to not want to be directly associated with, although they are in attendance with Unthar. Althea, why don't you go ahead and describe your character for us? Althea, you there?
Oh, yeah, sorry, muted. Alright, so Althea is a dark paladin. She swore an oath to the Raven Queen. When she was younger, she had a little mishap in her household. She was in a noble household, and she had a friend that she loved a lot as well. However, one day assassins came to their household, uh, and they tried to assassinate everyone because they didn't like the household, and because of that, everyone had died except for her, and she saw her friend die in front of her as she jumped in the way of an arrow that would have killed her. And it was at that time that she had an encounter with the Raven Queen, who gave her the power that she needed to essentially overcome what had just happened and take out all the assassins. And now she's essentially working as a dark paladin who's sworn an oath to the Raven Queen to slay all evildoers so that something like what happened to her never happens to anyone else. So she's adorned in very dark armor with a shield and a spear at her side.
Fantastic. So, as the heavily armored man at the center of the table kind of looks around the room, he looks back towards Althea, and you see a look of both approval and a bit of fear as he kind of scoots away just a little bit, which is saying something because this is a very large man. And in another part of the room, also impatiently waiting for this meeting to start, is another individual wearing the armor and sigildry of the Flaming Fist, very obviously from the nearby city of Baldur's Gate. The Flaming Fist is a mercenary organization who has been called to this meeting to represent Baldur's Gate. Um, he definitely seems very impatient with what's going on here, and accompanying him are a pair of individuals. A pair of individuals, one of them also working with the Flaming Fist, wearing some of the same sigildry, some of the same markings. The other wearing slightly more elaborate armor, um, slightly more. I don't want to say well kept, but it looks like a little bit more money was spent on it. And we have Kaio with the Flaming Fist. Kaio, why don't you go ahead and describe your character for us?
So I'm a tabaxi. I wearing like a hood, hood with horns attached to the top. Looks like there's like horns coming out my hood, and then like the top part of a skull inside the hood, so it covers my face like whenever the hood's on. I'm a black and white cat, mainly black with some white fur here and there. Um, very like bright blue eyes. Um, primarily like to use a dagger. I'm a rogue. I like to, mainly use a dagger. Like I said before, I'm just here to gain as much knowledge of the outside world and treasures or relics I can bring back to my people. More knowledge I can bring back to my people.
Okay, fantastic. So, Kaio, there with the Flaming Fist. Older Ravengard would kind of look around at all of you every now and then, kind of make small talk, trying to kill the time. And then we have Trust, who is here as a representative of the City Watch, representing the interests of the patriarch families of Baldur's Gate. You would have been you would have been accompanying older Ravengard, but not necessarily working for him in the way that Kaio might be. So, Trust, why don't you go ahead and describe your character for us?
Um, he's a stubbly faced tiefling. He's got frosty blue hair and like a blueberry hued, frosty blue skin and blueberry hued hair. He's got a thin frame, but he kind of stands up straight. He's got excellent posture. Uh, he's got silver pupilless eyes, and he's wearing kind of fine clothing. He's fond of long coats, almost like a long duster, uh, all kind of like pale to kind of light colors. He kind of looks of money, but that's just on the appearances, really. Uh, he's kind of been telling everyone his name is Mavis, but you know that could be his name. It might not be his name. Uh, Class, he doesn't really uh, appear as a fighter. He doesn't really appear as a spellcaster. He kind of just he's there. He presents himself as a noble and kind of just following around. He's probably accompanying older to most likely audit the meeting and see what's going on.
Okay. Right, fantastic. And then finally, in another corner of the room, also impatiently waiting for this meeting to begin, is a rather eclectic group. There are individuals here from Elturel's City Watch, as well as a few representatives of the Hell Riders, Elturel's elite fighting force. So, Anacola, why don't you go ahead and describe your character for us?
All right. Uh, okay. So Anna is currently Anna currently appears to be a older human woman, roughly in her 80s, I'd say. She seems very she seems rather old, um, in what would it be? A paladin's armor, and taking a similar pose. Um, she seems very capable and confident in her own ability. Though she stands like a couple of inches away from the other Hellriders, just because she is she is currently disguised, and isn't entirely sure what might be poking out of her uh, would-be armor. Um, she, yeah, she stands at around 5'2", um, and is currently has like a hand on a sheathed sword.
So, fantastic, everybody. So, as a couple more individuals make their way in, they appear to be of the Order of the Gauntlet. And as these last two individuals make their way in, the heavily armored man at the center of the room turns toward them and throws up his hands. Finally! And this is when Onthar Froom, a paladin in the Order of the Gauntlet, pounds his fists against the table, calling this room to order. Shortly after, he begins to speak. My friends, I am glad to see you gathered here today to discuss the growing threat of the Cult of the Dragon. We have received troubling news indeed, that the cult has burned down the town of Greenset to the south. You guys hear murmuring. Several people recognize this place, and the fact that the town has been completely sacked is certainly alarming. He goes on. There are rumors now that the cult has become bold enough to even conduct rituals of dark design in the Eltergard woods just due north of here. Together, we can deal a swift blow to the Cult of the Dragon by attacking their forces whilst they scheme in our local woods. I say, he stands up and just waves his arms out wide. I say we put aside our differences and squabbles and act. What say you? He obviously is pausing for some sort of like applause or something at this point. Nobody really says anything, but Ulder Ravengard, the representative of the Flaming Fist, kind of leans back in his chair. Says, well, I was sent here to try and patch up relations between Elturel and Baldur's Gate, and if helping you all get rid of a few bandits in your woods is what's going to do that, he looks over towards Io and would be known as Mavis. We have a couple able bodies here we might be able to lend to the cause. He would look over towards you guys, and Ulder would say, what say you two?
Mavis will just nod.
Let's do it.
That's what I thought. So we've got two volunteers right here. I think that's reasonable efforts on the part of Baldur's Gate. You have one representative from the Flaming Fist and one from the Watch. What more could you ask for? And at this point, Unthar would say, well, we have our specialist. He looks over towards Althea. Here with us. Althea is rivaled by none when it comes to tracking down, hunting, and punishing cultists of various, right? Isn't that right, Althea?
So I just kind of look at him and like stare at him and be like, there's nobody out there who will escape my wrath.
Right. He turns and he says, well, we've certainly offered our very best to this cause. And what about Elturel? They're in your woods. What do you say? And he would turn towards the group of you, Kroll and Anacola. You'd be there with a few other Hellriders and someone known as Gideon Lightward, a tall, powerfully built, lithe-looking man. And he would look and he would say, Elturel will most certainly give our best to this cause. From the City Watch itself, we have no better than Kroll Blackfist here. Kroll, would you like to accompany this group in searching out these dragon cultists?
Indeed.
Very well. And of course, you will have some of our Hell Riders. He looks over. This is Rhea Manselmorn. And he points towards a very young girl. She can't be any older than 18 or 19 years old, but she is in the full regalia of the Hell Riders. She does not appear to be in training. In fact, she wears captain bars on her uniform. And says, our newest promotion here, Rhea. She would be happy to assist you all. She does need a test of her abilities now that she has been promoted. We must send one other with her as well. And he looks around the room, and his gaze lands on Anacola, and he says, one with experience such as yours would surely be valuable on this mission. Would you feel like you may be able to assist? And he would point towards Anacola, the currently disguised as an elderly woman in the Hellrider uniform.
It would be my pleasure to assist you all.
So Gideon steps back and he says, so it is decided. We have representatives from all organizations present. Perhaps it may be prudent to, and as he's saying that, Unthar cuts him off and slams his fist on the table. He says, very well! A fantastic, wonderful group of adventurers we have here. They shall sing songs and tales of you for many days to come. And as Unthar goes on like that for a minute, Gideon would turn towards you, Kroll and Anacola, and say, careful in these woods. Something dark stirs, something I feel greater than these dragon cultists. And as Unthar continues his exuberance, Ulder Ravengard would also turn towards Trusty Kaya with much the same type of advice. He would turn towards you all and say, watch your necks. Remember, we are here to try and bridge the gap between our two cities, although I doubt we'll ever see completely eye to eye. Just don't get killed. Don't screw it up. Make it back home.
Yes, we'll make a good show.
Aye.
And as soon as Unthar finishes his whole speech, again, he pauses and strikes a little bit of a pose. You know, he kind of half expects like a beam of light to be shining down on him as he's standing there in his armor. Well then, kind of looks back towards Althea. A fine group indeed, a fine group.
I'll keep him alive, and we'll get the job done. And when I am back, I expect a raise.
Yes, of course, absolutely. He's like tugs at the neckline of his armor.
Althea will just start to walk towards the rest of the group in order to just like greet them and shake hands with them to get all the pleasantries out of the way.
All right, yeah. So the leaders of this organization, of this group, would start to kind of disperse a bit, leaving the five of you and Rhea Manselmorn. So Rhea would kind of approach you all, and she would say, I appreciate what you're doing for Elturel. It is truly wonderful that we can bring these groups together. She looks over towards Kaio and Trust, and she says, I know that our cities have not gotten along in the past, but it is clear that whatever the Cult of the Dragon is up to, it is certainly a threat to the entire region. So she extends her hand towards Trust first, towards Mavis.
Young to be accompanying us?
Well, yes, but I did arrive here when I was only 12 years old. I've been training with the Hell Riders ever since, so in many ways I have more experience than most when it comes to dealing with the riffraff.
Well, I'll stay close to you then.
She gives a little bit of a smile. She says, you do that. It is wonderful to be working with you all, and then she turns towards Kroll and she says, Kroll, I have heard of you before in the Watch. Your service has been exemplary, and I'm very much looking forward to working with you today. So over towards Anna.
Well, thank you.
Great. So she looks over towards Anacola and she says, I'm not sure we've met before, but having lived so long among the Hellriders, you must have some fantastic stories to tell. I do look forward to hearing them sometime.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, of course. Uh, I'll certainly get to that eventually. Uh, and she'll still like keep her distance from basically everyone, like kind of politely declining handshakes and such.
Okay. Right. And then she turns towards Althea and she says, and you are certainly an interesting representative of the Order of the Gauntlet. You don't really fit in with the likes of Froome, do you?
On the contrary, I'm actually very, shall we say, used to hanging around very noble folk. It's a pleasure to meet you. Name's Althea Sky.
You as well. Rhea Mantle. As soon as you're all ready to depart, fortunately for us, you don't have to wait for morning, as she points out the window to a basically full light, even though it is probably about 8 o'clock in the evening at this point.
Always that bright outside.
She says, well, yes, heavy curtains are kind of a necessity in the city, but the farther we get from the companion, the more like true night it'll become. And I should warn you all, the location that we're heading out to, the believed location of this ritual site, is past the companion's light. It will be dark.
I hope nobody here is afraid of the dark.
I was just
Well
waiting
then.
for the chorus of I have dark vision. So yeah. So whenever you guys are ready to depart.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Yeah, same.
Well then.
God.
If everyone's ready, let's get this done.
Let go.
Oh,
Anna's visibly eager to leave as soon as possible. She only has so many minutes left with this
Oh, nice.
storm.
Okay. Right. So, as soon as you all exit from the pair of black antlers, it is cool as night, and you can hear crickets and other such creatures that would leave the impression that it was nighttime. But at the same time, there's little rabbits running around. You can see the day animals haven't yet gone to ground or anything. It, for all intents and purposes, seems to be a beautiful dawn, a beautiful early morning. Although you all do know the time to be considerably later than that. So, once you all get out to the road, Rhea points northward and say, along the road there, about 6 miles.
Am I supposed to still be looking at the city?
What was that?
Am I supposed to still be looking at the city or the map?
Nope, we don't have a map of like a city map for this area.
Okay, well I was just saying because I don't know if the picture of the city at nighttime with the is that supposed to be what I'm looking at?
Yep, that's what we got so far.
Oh, got you. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
I just thought it was frozen. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't.
Hope you're good. So Ray would kind of look around towards all of you.
as to what?
Sorry, was that?
As to what exactly?
Well, we do believe that we've discovered a ritual site. It's in the woods north of here. I know the general area, but I may need assistance from a couple of you once we get there to find specifically where they're at. I'm sorry, my estimate on how long it would take there was dramatically high. It'll only take you guys about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there.
And what are we expecting to find there? How many bodies or...
Well, we're
What have
expecting
you?
about 4 or 5 dragon cultists. The size of the ritual site wouldn't necessarily indicate a larger group than that. So yeah, we're expecting about 4 or 5 dragon cultists. Nothing a group of us should have too much trouble with.
Well, let's go.
I will use both of my spell slots to maintain my current form.
Okay. Alright. So, maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes into the walk north. It is crowded out. You know, there's farmsteads and other small, little tiny hamlets and things like that dotted around the area. And the people, it almost seems like they enjoy being out at this type of hour. You know, a lot of different places at the Sword Coast would be hesitant to be out and about, especially this active at night. Not so here in Eltergard, especially this close to Elturel in the Light of the Companion. There's children out playing in the grass, and maybe about 40 minutes after you guys leave, you can see that there is a bit of a gathering, a group of happy travelers up atop a hill. And you can, as you guys get a little bit closer, you can see that there seems to be this gathering directly beneath a large, majestic weeping willow tree. As you guys get closer, you can see that there's an elderly priest of Lathander appearing to officiate the wedding of a young couple. As you all pass by, this young couple, they kind of swing their heads down towards the road, and they begin waving towards you. And before you all know it, the two gently holding hands begin making their way down the hill towards you all. And they make their way down the hill in a way that they're about to cross paths with you. And Rhea leans over and she says, "It's tradition to invite all those who pass to one's wedding." So this couple approaches and says, "Please, you must join us. It won't take but a minute. We can see that you're busy, but if you would please accompany us, it would be such an honor to have a pair of Hell Riders and you travelers here at our event."
What event are you talking about?
She points up to the top of the hill where there's this giant weeping willow, and she says, "We're to be wed today." She's standing there with a young man. And they're in long, flowing, colorful robes. And standing at the top of the hill is a priest of Lathander who looks down towards you all and gives a gentle wave.
It's quite on a hurry. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, I don't think we have the time.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Ray would look back towards you and say, "We are most certainly pressed for time, but it is bad luck to refuse this invitation."
I'm pretty sure your cultists will be more than willing to wait a little bit for the sake of this lovely couple.
The young man puts his hands together and says, "Yes, please. It would make us so happy if you could join us. It would only take a minute."
I guess.
Althea will take off her helm, let her hair flow down, and start walking up towards the hill.
So the couple turns around and books it up the hill, running, obviously trying to spare you all as much time as they can. And as you make your way up, Ray looks over and she says, "They had to invite us. It's tradition around here, and like I said, it is technically bad luck to say no, so could use all the luck we could get right now, right?"
So,
Yeah.
So, once you all get to the top of the hill, the two of them are gently holding hands up there, and they look lovingly at each other as they begin to recite their vows. And they say in unison, "Before the Morning Lord Lathander and those here today, I commit to you now and always until we return to his endless light." The newly married couple thanks you all, and each of them gives you a single flower, and as you grab hold of that flower, you can feel, as the priest of Lathander is looking over you and giving you all a brief smile, you can all feel this rush of rejuvenation shower over you, and each of you has just received an aid spell.
Oh,
Oh shoot.
I see. Good thing we went.
No
I've
kidding.
had parties that didn't. So for those of you that need a refresher on how aid works, basically you're bolstering your toughness and resolve. Each of you has your hit point maximum increased by 5, and that will last for 8 hours. So this whole event only takes a minute or two, and you all are back on the road, making your way northward towards the woods.
Before we leave, Mavis is going to take a single gold piece and just do the handshake with the bride and say, "Congratulations on your nuptials today."
She would graciously accept, and she would beamingly smile at you. And as you guys are making your way away, you see her kind of turn towards her new husband and be showing it. And you can see that other people are approaching and giving gifts and things like that.
well, I'm happy for them, but she'll put her helmet back on. It's time to get to work.
Indeed it is. So, about another hour, you guys are getting pretty close to your destination. The light of the companion is fading behind you all. The countryside is still idyllic. There's less people out right now, but there are still a few travelers making their way up and down the roads between these farmsteads and little hamlets dotting the area around Elturel. And as you guys make your way further up this area, what are all of your passive perceptions?
I got a 13.
Okay.
15.
15. So it sounds like 13 and 15 are our two highs.
Passive. That's. I'm sorry, everybody.
There's
This is
passive
my
perception.
second game ever, so I might be a little slow. I apologize. That's not the passive wisdom perception. Is that what that is?
So when you want to find your passive perception, Kyle, you've actually got a really high one. You're also 15.
Yeah, 15.
So on your character sheet, it's on the left-hand side beneath all your skills.
Yeah, I just found it. It's 15.
So, as you're all making your way up this path, those of you with passive perceptions higher than 12 can hear what sounds like shouting and barking and snarling coming from somewhere nearby, just off the road. And as you're hearing that, Rhea also perks her head up and turns her head. And she looks back towards all of you. She says, "Do you hear that?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hearing.
Anna's going to unsheath her sword, holding it with one of her hands, with shield in the other.
And as you draw your sword, Rhea will also draw hers, and she begins rushing towards the sound. And just all other thoughts out of her head, she hears somebody in distress and what sounds like many wolves growling at something nearby, and she rushes towards the sound.
Anna immediately follows along as well.
I'm
Come, we must
following
go.
as well.
Yeah, I rushed behind.
I'm going to cast aid as well as I start to charge forward with everyone else.
Nice. Second casting.
Um,
Stuff.
So it says you can choose up to 3 creatures with it. Are we doing it where you can only target yourself, or you can target 3 people with it?
You can target 3 others.
Can aid stack?
You know, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that as well.
Spell effects?
And
I don't think spell effects can stack.
So it says it's not temporary HP
yeah,
because it raises
says hit
your
point
max
maximum.
HP.
That's the wording right there. Temporary HP is
Yeah.
what doesn't stack, but hit point maximum increasing.
Yeah, so technically you could stack someone.
No, it was the effects in general. Like if you have like if you're taking potent poison damage, even that wouldn't stack either. It's not like the whatever. It's fine. Whatever. Sorry.
let's
Mhm.
look up a quick. Oh, I'm getting nose. Yeah, I'm getting nose since it's the same spell source. So go ahead and save this. Go ahead and save the slot there, Althea.
So okay, we get one free cast of it. So I'll go ahead and cast it now, and I'll target myself and who are our frontline fighters.
Althea. It's I'm getting rulings saying that you can't stack it with the same spell effect.
That's fine. I'm just using my stack of the spell aid right now. Everyone else can save theirs for now if they want to.
But you guys already have somebody has already cast aid on you, is what I'm saying.
Oh, they cast on all of us.
Right.
Oh, I thought we were able to cast it once. My bad. Okay.
No, I get what you're saying. No. It was just the effect of the spell was given to all of you.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I misinterpreted it.
No worries. All right. But as you all make your way towards the sound of this commotion, and nobody can see anything. All right. So, as you all make your way towards the sound of this commotion, you see somebody up in a tree, and they shout down, "I'll be making fur coats out of you yet!" As this person yells, you can see that it's a fiery young girl sitting atop a tree branch 12 feet up off the ground. The young girl is wearing a colorful rainbow scarf that bristles in the wind as she takes off chunks of sticks and hucks rocks at these 3 wolves hungrily growling at her from the base of the tree. Nearby, a runty little black wolf circles around in the back in one of the bushes. You guys can barely see him back here somewhere, back in the corner. But as you approach, these 3 wolves are wholly focused up on that little girl. What do y'all do?
Could Anna run forward and try and calm which would be I guess the largest wolf, trying to just like use her knowledge of beasts to try and get them to be less hostile.
Okay. So as you approach and rush forward, we'll say as soon as you get within 10 feet of one of the wolves, it turns towards you and gets on its haunches and it's snarling, its hair all bristled along its back all the way down to its tail. Lips pulled back, bearing huge teeth. Would you like to use an ability or are we rolling animal?
Animal handling. She's just going to say, she's not. I don't know. She's not food. Leave her alone. And, yeah, I'll do animal handling.
As you say that, the little girl up in the tree shouts, "Yeah!" and she hucks a rock down at it. It just bounces off its head. It doesn't even phase them.
Don't do that.
What is it going to do?
So real quick, it looks like we're still rolling privately to me, so let's get those
Oh,
out.
my bad. My
If
bad.
everybody could open up their characters.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. My bad.
And then it's my fault. I forgot to set this up for everybody. So I'll open up your character sheet, and you go over to the gear icon next to core bio and spells, and then you're going to switch whisper rolls to GM, and you're going to change that to never whisper rolls.
Which section? The third one?
It's core bio spells and that little gear icon. Click on the gear icon, you'll get your settings.
Oh yeah. I'm already in the gear icon. I meant
Okay.
which one of the box?
On the far right hand side, you'll see roll queries, whisper rolls to GM, auto damage roll. You want to switch the whisper rolls to GM if you click on that, and switch it to never whisper rolls.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, the initial roll was 16.
16,
which
I
you
see
can
it.
see. Yeah.
Okay. So 16. With a 16, the wolf, you can see its haunches beginning to lower just a bit, but the other 2 continue their advance. The other wolf that you just approached, though, does take a step back. And you can see the little girl up in the tree has got her arm cocked up to throw something else, but then she kind of looks down and doesn't. This wolf is going to take a step back. Still defensive. But we are going to go ahead and roll initiative now.
Yeah.
Ooh, nat 20. First roll. Or second roll, I guess.
Oh, oh.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, everyone. Make a quick adjustment on the OBS overlay. The initiative pops up somewhere different on the overlay every single time I start a new game, so I've always got to go in and just readjust it real quick.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's probably got a super simple explanation to it that I just don't know. But okay, so Foster, one of the things that you missed on session 0 is that I do use a lot of different APIs, and one of them is a group initiative API, which makes it so that I can roll individual initiatives and keep track of individual initiatives for enemies much more efficiently. So when we have smaller groups like this, each individual enemy will have its own count in the initiative. So we won't have things like all of these 3 wolves acting at once. They will each have their own individual initiative in order. That will be the case for any mobs less than 10. If we get into mobs bigger than 10, you start breaking them into groups.
Makes sense.
Okay. So, the wolf in the center kind of takes a step back, changing its posture ever so slightly. The other 2, however, do not seem phased and seem ready to attack. So, roll. What would you like to do?
Yes, sir. All right. So I am going to move up to the one in front of me with my battle axe ready. I am going to attack it.
We're off to a
Crit.
great start.
Yeah, that's my
Holy
second. Holy
shit.
crap. All right, so damage for that, 7. Oh, and I have an ability that lets me savage attack, so I get to roll another die. When you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, here, I'll just put it up.
Cool. Nice. So go ahead and roll that D8 again.
D8. Boom.
Nice.
So,
Jeez.
Krull just goes charging forward, letting loose some sort of a battle cry, I would imagine. And Krull, on your first attack, in the first combat, in the first enemy of the game, how do you want to take this wolf out?
All right, you got to. I mean, I'm going to chop off its head. Just slice it off.
Alright, so it is just snarling at you. Its teeth are bared all the way back, and as you approach, it looks like it's about to leap at you. Would deliver quite the nasty blow, but you just deftly, just with one clean stroke, take the head clean off, and it goes down.
Boom.
The other
Bad
two wolves
ass.
look towards that, and they're, especially the one in the middle, takes another hesitant step backwards. Anything else?
I believe that's all I can do right now. Well, hold on. I can move a little bit more. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll move 10 more feet in front of the middle one. Just kind of be a shield. That's
Okay.
it.
Kyle, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna move here. And I'm going to sneak attack this one.
He's harmless.
Oh, he needs to die.
He didn't do anything.
And that 8 probably. Well, no, I got advantage, right? No, I don't.
No
8.
advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss anyways. Merp. I guess that's my turn then.
Alright, so this wolf, having seen what Krull just pulled off, this having seen what Kroll pulled off, is going to divert its attention away from Anacola, who it was focused on just a moment ago, and it is going to just rush at Kroll.
My bad, Kroll.
Nah, bring it. That's what I'm for.
I wanted to get in there for a sneaky attack.
Kroll is going to be
plus-
a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that does hit.
So
Okay.
it comes rushing forward at you and completely leaves the ground and a leap right at you. It is 4 piercing, and I do need you to make a strength save.
Strength save. Okay.
You are knocked prone as well. So
Ah.
the rest of you see this wolf just land flat on top of Kroll and knock him flat onto his back. It is snarling at him as it bites onto his forearm, yanking its head from side to side as it goes.
So that was 4 damage, you said?
4 piercing, and you are prone.
Okay, so -4. What was the little symbol that we use for the prone on here?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. So there's 2 different ways that you can do that. You can open the Roll20 conditions menu, which is when you click on your token, it's the little circle token looking thing down there. And
Okay.
the prone icon looks like this one.
So the bad back.
Yeah, the bad back, nice.
My
in
back,
addition to
okay.
that, there's a different way that you can get conditions added to your token, or even look up what a condition does. If you want to just see what a condition does, you can type in !condition space and then whatever condition you want to look up. So in this case, it was prone. But say you wanted to look up poisoned, it would be !condition space poisoned, and you would get that. To add that condition to yourself, you click on your token, condition space add space, and then the name of the condition.
Okay.
To take off the condition, you just open up that same menu from your token and deselect whatever condition is on you.
Okay. And plus, I don't know if I missed it like at the beginning or what, but I never like introduced my character. So, did you want me to do that or?
Yes, please. I'm sorry. I thought we introduced you when we were talking to the Hell Riders.
Oh no, I must have missed it.
Sorry about that. Why don't
yeah.
you go ahead and describe your character to us?
Oh, you're good. My name is Kroll Blackfist. I am a half-orc fighter, and I have chainmail armor. I got a shield. I prefer an axe over a sword, so I use a battle axe. And I stand about 6 feet, 6'2". I have like a brownish green skin, like a medium kind of muscular build. Yeah, that's pretty much me.
Fantastic.
So
All right, super sorry about that. I totally thought we did that when we introduced Anacola and Rhea. My fault. Sorry.
you're good. I just didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, you're good. Okay, so Anacola, that does bring us to you. The wolf that you spoke to initially is still looking like it's trying to take on a bit of a defensive posture. It seems to be backing away.
This one?
Yep.
Okay. She is going to 5, 10, 15. She's going to go between both of them, and is going to like put both hands out, sheathing her sword, and is going to still try to calm both of them, looking between them, like trying to make gestures to calm them both down. Calm, boys, calm. You don't need to be hurt. Then I'll make another animal handling.
Fantastic. So here's what we'll do. If you would like to focus specifically on the wolf that you spoke to already, you can make this roll with
Oh yes,
advantage.
I have.
If you want to split
okay.
your attention between the 2 of them, it will be without advantage, and we'll have the same DC as the first one.
I'll just speak with the. She'll just speak with the one. She has more leeway with that one.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh, actually, did my initiative turn not come up? I see that Anna's lower on the initiative than I am.
Go ahead and
Trust it.
roll, and we'll readjust it, and you can act right after Anacola.
Yeah, I thought I did roll. It was 13 on the for chat there. But
Did
it
you
didn't show up
did
on
you
your-
have your character selected? Select your token and then roll.
Accurate.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we'll change that to a 13, and you can
It's-
act.
It's all good. I think I rolled a 4, so that puts me at the bottom.
Do you want to keep that, or do you want to go back to what your initial?
That's completely fine. That actually works. I like it.
Okay. Manicola, with a 14 on your second animal handling check for this one, you can see it beginning to whimper. It looks over towards its beheaded packmate, and it is going to begin backing away from you. So you guys can tell from this creature's body language, from this animal's posture and the way that it's moving, that it is fully intent to do the animal thing and run away. When it gets to here, does anybody take an opportunity attack?
Don't.
Oh,
She says
as long as
the
it's
15.
running.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does
as long as it's running
fully
away.
appear to be running away. Alright, so the girl up in the tree just shouts out, she's like, "Yeah, you better run!" And she hucks a stick at it as it runs past, but it doesn't hit it, and it books it into the woods. And you guys can see that little runty black dog wolf thing back there is just kind of cowers down, and it freezes up like a deer in the headlights when this wolf comes charging for it. This wolf just barrels over it, knocks it completely flat and sprawling. Little wolf struggling on its back to get up.
Poor guy.
Anna's
Can I take the
beginning
wolf
to
as a
regret.
pet?
Anna's beginning to regret trying to save this girl. She's being not very nice, but that is yeah, that's. Oh wait, as a bonus action, she'll cast Shillelagh, because her sword isn't actually a sword. It's actually a club. Or no, it's a quarterstaff. It just looks like a sword.
Nice.
She'll cast that. Yeah, that's her turn.
You guys have noticed that Ray is kind of just standing back, kind of just watching you all at this point, like appraisingly. Alright, that brings us to the wolf that is no longer with us. Trust, you're up.
I'm gonna look over at Ray and just gonna stand there and I will forward just 5 feet, and then I just poke at the space in front of me, and you'll see a little prismatic beam just burst out. I'm gonna fire an Eldritch Blast at this thing.
11 just hits. Oh, I'm sorry, that's its health. 11 does not hit.
That's a neat trick. That's how I got.
Alright, so as the wolf is just like whipping around, jumping from side to side on top of Kroll, trying to take his arm off, the Eldritch Blast just goes wide and through the tree, through just like underneath the brush and everything below the tree. Just going to bring us to Althea.
Alright. My spear is still on my back right now, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to point my hand up and cast Eldritch Blast on the wolf. For damage.
Alright. Alright, yeah. 24 most definitely hits, and this time the bolt smacks square into the creature's flank, into the wolf's flank. Looks up towards just everybody and just starts snapping and snarling at all of you.
And I'll just take one step forward and that'll be it.
Right. Roll, that does bring us back around to you.
Okay, so I am going to take out my battle axe again and go for the other one, the one that's
You're moving
remaining.
to stand.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm prone. Okay, yeah. half movement to stand. Then I attack. 15. Does that hit?
15 hits.
Okay. 5.
Okay. It is up, but barely.
Okay, and I will just end my turn right there.
Kyle, that does bring us back to you. Awesome. 19th hit, and Kyle, if you're speaking, you are muted, but 19 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And
My
your sneak
bad.
attack would be active.
Okay. Damage.
Alright, so with 8, Kaio, as the wolf is still just snarling, it does not appear like this thing was going to be leaving anytime soon. Snarling and snapping at all of you, get yourself into a position that you can just deftly deliver one final strike to it. And it does go down.
Nice.
Sweet.
Alright. So, after all of that is said and done, the little girl up in the tree, she's got like an armload of sticks and stuff. She's like, whew. And she very deftly just hops down out of the tree, down to one branch and then onto another. She says, wow, thank you guys so much. I've been up there for almost a half an hour. They were for sure gonna eat me. I definitely would have had it under control if you hadn't shown up. It might have just taken me a little bit of extra time in planning and thinking. But thank you.
Doing out here, little girl?
She says, well, me and my friend, and she lets out this whistle. And from the brush comes, like from off into the side, comes a donkey pulling a cart. Little cart, basically only slightly bigger than like a red wagon. Comes pulling out. She's like, well, me and Lonky are out here, and we're just trying to gather up some money, do little jobs for people in their farms and stuff. I'm trying to go to the academy, the mage academy over in Elturel. Had a slow day today, though. But I guess a slow day is better than getting eaten by a trio of wolves. So I really do appreciate you all coming out here and coming out of your way to come help me out.
Should probably hurry home then.
I will most definitely do that. She says, and, I hate to ask, but do you think any of you might be able to help me out with my dream of going to the academy in Elturel? I just need a few more gold.
Yeah, I'll toss her a gold. This is Kroll.
Her eyes get huge as you do that. She says, since you tossed her a gold, like that is more than she's made all day. She has a few copper, a couple silver when she was lucky, but she just smiles and she says, I don't have anything I can give you. And then she undoes her scarf and pulls a long multicolored thread off of it. She says, here. She hands you a thread from her scarf.
Sweet. Well, make sure that you take that gold and you complete your education or whatever it was, and don't be spending it on anything else.
She says, oh, I won't. Thank you so much. Me and Lonky are gonna head on back to town now. This is more than I could have made in all day, even if I hadn't been chased up the tree. Thank you so much. And she just goes on like that for a while as she's getting her donkey all set up.
I'm sorry, I was muted again. I'll give her 5 gold.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I said it like 7 times. I'm like, okay. Oh, my thing was red. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I keep on muting on my mic and not on Discord, so I don't realize I'm muted.
No worries. So she is absolutely gushing. She's like trying to go through stuff in her cart, and she's got like little glass bottles and things like that. Just barely anything, but yeah, she does give a thread from her scarf to anyone willing to give her any coin.
Anna will like take out her coin purse, kind of shake it around. There's at least like 10 or so gold in there, and she'll check it. Oh no, I have nothing, and she'll put it back. She does not like this girl. She got 2 wolves killed.
Yeah. Classic druid cares more about the wolves. All right.
Avis gonna kind of squint his eyes a little and kind of smile to himself, trying to remember something. Do I believe her
Yeah,
about the
you can go and roll
mage
insight.
school? I think she's telling the truth.
With a roll of 3, you swear that she is lying to you. She seems very suspicious.
I chuckle to myself. It's a good one. I'll remember that one.
All right. Right. But after not too long, Rhea is kind of back there, and she, as you guys turn, and as the young girl makes her way back to the road with her donkey named Lonky and her little cart, waving bye to you, shouting thank you over and over and over again as she leaves. And yeah, Rhea is just back there, and she kind of gives you guys a slow clap. She says, "You all handled that wonderfully." And she looks towards Enicole, and she says, "Very, very valiant of you to try and approach this the way that you did. You managed to save the life of one of them, which is more than would have happened if you hadn't been here. So, I hope that is some comfort to you, even though 2 of them were lost."
I'm sorry. Was this the woman that came along with us, or the
Yep.
little girl?
That would be Rhea.
Oh, okay. I was
She...
okay. I was very confused if it was a little girl.
No, the little girl's gone.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, yeah. Well, I was compelled to. They were truly harmless, if approached right.
She looks over towards Kroll's bleeding arm. She's like, "I don't know about harmless, but animals will be animals, and they can't necessarily be blamed for the things that they do."
They beheaded their brother, but okay. And she just goes silent.
Right. Kroll just charges in and beheads one.
She'll also start quietly ritual casting Speak with Animals.
Okay. So the little girl has departed. Those of you that were keeping an eye on the little wolf back there, it is crouched down in a bush. The bush itself is shaking so hard because the wolf is so frightened.
Are we able to take it as a pet?
What exactly would you like to do?
I don't know. Like, would it? I don't know. Like, would it be that big of an encumbrance, or can I like raise this thing with us, like as
You
we
certainly do
journey?
whatever it is that you'd like to do. Just describe to me on how you approach the wolf, what you'd like to do. Yeah, just describe to me how you
Maybe
approach it.
slowly approach the wolf and like try to gain its trust. Like, maybe if I have some type of food on me, try to, I don't know, show it that I can protect the wolf, because it's obviously a little puppy. I don't want to leave it here to die.
Okay. So you approach the little runty wolf with like a ration or some sort of food. All right. Is anybody helping out? Is anybody heading over there with Kaio?
Yeah, I don't think you want me helping.
You are no man for a pet.
No, I'm not.
Unless you want me to intimidate the wolf.
Alright, so Kaio, as you approach, the wolf kind of slowly tries to back away from you a little bit. And go ahead and roll an animal handling check. You can do so at advantage since you're offering it food as well.
Where would that be?
On your character sheet, it's listed on your skills where you see like perception, investigation, all those skills.
Oh, animal handling. Okay, yeah. That's the first time I've ever paid attention
Yeah, it
for
didn't
that
really
one.
come up in the person.
Strahd. Oh.
So with the 12, Kaio, it does kind of work its way towards you just a bit, and as soon as it grabs the food that you offer it, it immediately like runs back a few feet. It's definitely still very, very afraid of you, but it's not running away. And if you were to take a step back, it would kind of stay where it was, but it doesn't appear to want to. It doesn't appear to be following after you just yet.
I don't know what else I could offer it. Water maybe. I don't know if I'm able. I don't think I have water on me. Do I?
If you have a water skin.
I got a water skin. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so you want to try again?
Yes. So roll animal
Alright,
handling
yeah.
again.
Yep. Once again at advantage.
Ooh, that's better.
So
I'll take
as
that.
you produce the water skin, it's finishing up the ration. It ate it with it ate it very quickly, and it begins to approach you. And after a moment, it kind of just sits down and just looks up at you. I would not go as far as to call it domesticated, but it is following you around now.
Sweet.
So if you were to turn and walk away, it would kind of stay a few feet back from you, following behind. Whenever you stop, it'll come up next to you and kind of sniff it wherever you have your rations.
Sweet. I don't get to name it yet, or we're not there yet.
You can name it if you want to.
I'm gonna name it. That's
Whether or not it responds to the name you give it yet is a question, but you can name it.
Stereotypical. I know it's gonna be funny, but I'm gonna name it Ghost.
Ghost, nice.
Sweet.
All right.
How long do we spend here in this?
Only a few
little...
minutes. You've only been here for a grand total of maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Have I finished casting?
What was it you were trying to cast?
Speak with animals. So as a ritual, so 10 minutes.
Yes. So you would be just finishing that up now.
All right. Yeah. So Anna will like put her hand over her throat as in the final seconds of the spell, and then take a deep breath, and then shake her head a bit. As she sees, was it Kaio that tried befriending the wolf?
Mm-hmm.
She'll approach her and crouch down. Hello there. Do you have a name?
Its eyes just go wide. It jumps back a little bit and looks at you. And it relays to you an image of being surrounded by bigger wolves. And it's like it keeps showing how small it is. You get the idea that it's referred to as Little One by the other
All right.
wolves.
She'll just reach over and kind of rub her hand between his ears. Even though her hand is like covered in like full plate, it's like as soft as just like you know her hand. And she'll just smile to it with like a closed eye smile, and then stand back up and start walking back towards the group.
Alright. So, Rhea will kind of look around and say, well, that was wonderful, but are you all ready to head north?
Good to go.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright.
More or less.
Time is it? Is it still like evening?
It is. It is most definitely still evening. It's probably about 9:30ish, 9:45ish at night right now.
Okay.
I'll note that
We
Anna
still have.
sticks-
Sorry.
Question?
We still have the aid spell on.
Yes, 8 hours.
Okay.
I'll note that Anna sticks towards the back of the group. And pulls a hood over her head.
Okay.
Are we where we're traveling? I mean, obviously we just had a run-in with wolves, but other than that, is it like a Is it known to be dangerous or no?
Quite the opposite, actually. This place is rumored to be quite safe.
Okay,
Even
so
the
like,
presence of wolves here is a little weird.
okay, so then what I'm gonna, as I travel, then I want to like kind of keep an eye on Ghost and you know make sure he's still following, and, you know, things like that.
Yeah. He's staying kind of far back as you guys go, but you know, as you guys move forward, you can always see him back there, kind of trotting along, almost trying to act like he's not following you guys, but he totally is.
Okay, cool.
Anna will keep up chit chat with him, ritual casting again, there and again to chat with him.
Okay. So Anna, he would be sending you a lot of pictures of his mom and his dad. Giant freaking wolves. You're able to discern that little ghost, is not a regular wolf. He is in fact a dire wolf, whose parents were slain by adventurers only about a week or so ago. And he's been running with this other pack of regular wolves since then, but they've been treating him like crap. They've been beating him up, tormenting him, of course not knowing that he will one day be 4 or 5 times the size of them.
Okay. And I want to know, just because I would find it lovely if you did a voice, is that he's doesn't he communicate verbally with me? As per
Whenever
the
I do
spell,
animals
rather than
communicating, I always use like imagery and things like that. Like they send you
okay.
ideas and pictures of their past and things like that, rather than actual like words. Unless of course they're fey,
Okay.
in which case they'll speak to you verbally.
Okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
Right. And don't worry, I have some great voices for you later. Namely a
Gotcha.
talking otter that I'm sure you'll love.
Hell yeah.
Right. Okay, everybody. So this seems like an excellent time for us to go ahead and take our break for the night. And when we come back, we will be pretty close to that ritual site that Rhea is trying to get you guys to.
Sweet.
All right, everybody. So, the further away from Elturel you get, the darker it does get, until finally it just looks like a overbright star in the distance. Looking at it too closely, you can see that it's most certainly shining extraordinarily bright. But from this distance, the light just doesn't do much to illuminate. It's almost like a dull moon in the sky for how much light that it sheds. But not long after leaving the tree and the wolves behind, you do come to a spot, and Rhea stops and she turns and she says, "Well, this is about as close as we know to get. Ritual site is supposed to be around here somewhere. And I must admit that tracking and hunting is not necessarily something that I'm too great at. Perhaps one of you might be able to help us track where these cultists might have gone."
No one else will.
What's that, like survival?
Nature and survival, and my nature and survival is not the greatest.
It would be
Yeah, I gotta like
Yeah, Anna will note, I can help. And she'll raise a hand, though no longer is it heavily armored. It's just a lithe, sickly pale hand. And she'll walk forward. And now that she has no more disguise left, she is very much not a paladin-esque old woman. She's still an old woman, but she's not like covered in armor or anything. She just has a simple cloak with a very simple dress with like natural colors, like leathers, maybe some like wools adorning it. She has like almost like a wooden crown sprouting out of her head, and like stone dark hair. Her skin is, as I said, sickly pale, along with her nails, which are as dark as could be. seemingly not very clean. She appears rather like hag-like, I suppose. But she makes no note or um, insecurity of it. She just kind of walks forward and attempts to. Is she checking for a trail of some sort?
Right. So as soon as you do that, Rhea would kind of step up from behind you and she'd say, "I knew I didn't recognize you. You seemed to want to help, so I wasn't going to say anything. But we are most certainly going to need to have a conversation about this at some point."
And that'll be lovely when the time comes. And she'll just have a great big grin on her face
Nice.
as she checks for tracks.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, Foster, I did forget to mention this to you before. Did I explain how inspiration works in my games?
You did.
Okay, fantastic.
I got it.
Okay.
Did you say it could be post?
It can be post, absolutely.
Uh, okay, yeah, I'll do it then. 24.
Okay, fantastic. So, so just to clarify, you are 100% okay to roll, look at those two numbers, and then be like, I want to use it now. So that's what it's there for. It's literally there to allow you some authority over turning bad situations into good ones, or okay situations into better ones.
Yeah, she'll pretend to like cast some druidic magic. She like looks at the ground, like pretending to start casting a spell, and then be like, "Aha! I got it. They went this way."
Awesome. So,
Cole's gonna feel like poking behind her because Trust is kind of like, is this an illusion?
poking around the ground and stuff.
No, he's poking at Anicola, trying to figure out like, is this the actual person or the illusion?
She just kind of grins and turns around. There's like beetles crawling up the back, like through her hair.
Nice.
And as she smiles, her teeth are like, yeah, very yellow. Like she's, it would be more surprising if this was the illusion.
Yeah, Trust kind of like tries to match the smile and then backs away.
Rhea definitely looks concerned as well, but she's not like defensive looking, her hand's not on her sword or anything. Like she's pretty much already decided that you mean to help, and that is good enough for her.
All right, and
So,
she'll start leading the way.
right. So with a 24, there are several things that you notice. First off, just off the trail that you're on, the brush does break away and there is a bit of a path there, not too far from where you all are standing. You can see 5 distinct sets of humanoid footprints leading off the path and into this little semi-hidden path there. Furthermore, you can also hear a small creek nearby. Seems to be heading in the same direction as the path is. And furthermore, with a 24, as you kind of look around that area and get a good look at the path that's leading away, you do see a set of 3 other humanoid footprints that seem to be traveling along the sides of the path, not on the path itself, almost as if they were trying very hard to not be seen. Those tracks appear to have been made in the last 2 hours, while the original set of tracks that you noticed appear to be 5 to 6 hours past.
Well, and she'll be looking at the set of 3 creatures from the most recent hours. How many dragon cultists were there? It
Or
was 5, yes.
4 or 5, yes, that is what Rhea would say.
And she'll gesture towards the footprints that that are only of 3 creatures. I think they went this way.
Says, all right. Right, so are you guys going to follow that path of those footprints?
Yep,
everybody.
I'll follow.
About to drop you onto a dynamically lit map. Let me know if anyone has any vision problems. Everyone's tokens should be set up on here, but just let me know if anyone has any problems. That's everyone's vision.
That was a joke.
Nice.
I can't really see anything but like the bottom corner, and it's like really.
So, just 1 second here.
I have dark vision as well, so I don't know.
So the type of dark vision I have should let me see clearly for up to 60 feet.
Okay, clearly.
Like it's
So it
daytime.
doesn't turn. So generally speaking, dark vision turns full darkness into dim light, and dim light into full darkness. So you guys are in complete darkness right now. There is no dim light shedding from anywhere. So
Okay.
that is why your vision is dimmed right now. But you're saying that Althea has an ability that allows her to see completely clearly, even in dim.
Let me reread it. I might have read it wrong.
So once you guys start seeing light sources, your vision will get better. But right now, you guys essentially have dim light instead of total darkness.
Mine
What
says I
about,
can see in dim light within 60 feet as if I were in bright light.
Right,
Yes.
there is no dim light here. It is
Oh.
complete darkness.
Okay.
And
what
it will
about
be-
blind fighting?
Darkness as if you were in dim light.
Okay, never mind. I just misread it.
Anna will put her her quarterstaff like kind of just attached to her dress, and then pull out a torch.
Rhea would also have been about to pull out a torch if you'd like to let her do it. That way you can have your hands free.
Yeah, she can do it then.
And just a heads up for everybody, whenever you guys want to pull out any sort of torches, lanterns, candles, anything like that of your own, you will find them in your player character's folder in your journal under tools. Then you can drag out a torch whenever you need one. That should make it considerably better for you guys, for all of you.
So would blind fighting help in this kind of situation? I took that that skill. Says that I can see in darkness, whether I'm blinded or darkness,
blind
with
sight.
up to 10 feet. Yeah, you have blind sight up to 10 feet. So what exactly does that mean? It just says I can see
blind sight's
everything.
an interesting one. As long as it's not behind total cover, you can see it within 10 feet. So
Okay.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and leave your dark vision settings as they are, but this just remind me of that every now and then. Whenever you get the idea that there might be something hiding around, because you'll be able to sense anything within 10 feet of you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Like invisible creatures, creatures that are camouflaged, or like anything like that, you'll be able to spot.
Yeah. Since Curse of Strahd, I wanted something to see invisibility when we got down in that dungeon with that one thing.
Right. Okay, everybody. So, as you all make your way down this path, sorry, I'm trying to get this set up for the capture on OBS. That's not really working. So as you guys make your way down this path, right at that bend, right there, you see what looks to be a robed figure standing bolt upright, their head tilting backwards, just standing right in the middle of the road. You all would have noticed this from a little bit of a ways off, and approaching this person standing there would have shown nothing. They would not have moved. There's no indication that they notice you at all. But essentially, you see what looks like a dragon cultist just standing in the middle of the road.
I'm gonna move to the front, just in front of everybody. My gosh, my stupid mouse.
I'm gonna look at Ghost
There we
and
go.
hopefully he can understand me, and I'm gonna tell him to stay.
He's like hiding
Not
in
in-
the bush.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good. gonna go kill this thing or what?
Well,
Standing
we
there
should try and
motionless in the center of the room.
they
Uh,
might not be harmful. Maybe we could humor them.
If it's an occultist, he's probably not gonna want to even talk to us.
It also might be a trap.
It's a trap.
Ah, illusion.
Anyone that would like
Maybe.
to can make a perception check.
perception.
Anna will shillelagh real quick.
I'll just assist somebody in perception.
Okay. Yeah, it just appears to be an individual masked with a mask with black leather wings jutting out from either side of it, long flowing cloak, standing motionless in the road right there at the bed.
Do we want to approach him stealthily? I'm not very stealthy.
We
I'm
do,
not very stealthy either.
we do have a torch. They probably know we're coming.
Yeah, I'm sure they
That's
know.
true.
I'm sure they know we're here.
So we just
So
walk
you
up
guys
to
can
him?
see where they are standing. They are.
Okay,
So
so
definitely
let's
safe
just
to
start
assume
to-
that they have seen.
They're within line of sight.
Completely motionless. Pearl, now that you're getting closer, you see something strange. It's almost as if like a little pyramid is rising up out of the center of this person's chest, tenting the cloak and the fabric directly where their breastplate would be.
Okay.
Upon closer inspection, this individual appears to have been impaled on a spear. The shaft of the spear then buried in the ground and left here.
Well, looks like he's dead.
You guys can
Should we
see
chop?
little faint pinpricks of light breaking through right around over here in the bushes.
Okay, I'm gonna
Anna
back
will
up.
for I keep forgetting the woman that came with them. I forget her name.
Rhea.
Rhea. She'll gesture for her to follow.
Yeah, she'll be coming with you guys.
I inspect the body.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna inspect the body as well.
So who can see into that clearing? I can see somebody has a bit of a sight line into the area.
Me,
Uh,
right now.
I have a sight line too.
So Althea, what you can see over there, it looks like candlelight flickering dimly. You can see like a couple humanoid shapes moving around in there, but from where you're standing, you can't really get too much of an idea of what's going on. Now, Kroll, as you inspect the body, you can see that this person died with a look of absolute terror on his face. His mask is bloody, and he appears to have undergone some quite unpleasant things before he was killed with this spear
this-
through the back of his chest.
This is an occultist.
This is. So Rhea would come forward and she would look at that person standing there and she would say that that is a dragon cultist.
Oh. Well, sweet.
Would they kill their own though?
Probably, most likely.
Oh, they did themselves in.
So Kroll, furthermore, you also do see that this person wears a silver ring with the insignia of a 5-headed dragon on it.
Tiamat? What?
Okay. I'm not the one who was inspecting, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
I
saw
don't
you, I
know
saw
who
you
it
standing there. I
was.
thought that was you. Whoever was inspecting would have seen that ring.
Yeah, that would be me. It would be Trust, but Trust would probably try to wiggle that ring off and pocket it.
The spear is like holding them up, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Then could Anna try and lay them down on their chest?
Absolutely. The spear
then
comes
she'll
out with relative ease.
Yeah, and then she'll take the spear.
Nice. Go for it. You now have a spear. You can drag it in from the compendium onto your character sheet.
Yep.
Do I notice anything specific or like special about this ring?
Only that. Well, go ahead and make a religion check. We'll see if your character knows the thing that we all know already. Religion or history would be fine.
Just quickly, do you plan on using that spear?
Potentially. It seems
Okay.
rather useful. It has already one victim.
You most certainly recognize that ring and the insignia on it being the insignia of Tiamat, the subject of the cult of the dragon.
Come in handy later, and I'll pocket the ring.
It's relatively valuable. You can see that it is made of silver, pure silver. So Rhea would be looking around, and she seems very concerned. That this is maybe more than we thought it would be.
What do you need?
So Anacola, you see some interesting things. Farther up the trail, in the darkness, there does appear to be lit very faintly by a couple of candles. Far off in the distance, you can barely make this out. It appears to be on some sort of large stone altar. There's an individual laid out, and now the sounds of someone weakly crying out. You see a shadowy figure standing up over the altar. Every now and then you see a wickedly twisted and curved dagger kind of glint in the candlelight before going back into whoever's unfortunately laying on that table. You all also are close enough to be hearing some muttering coming from right around this corner, and you can see a little faint bit of candlelight pouring out of this outfit as well.
Can Anna take out a torch and then just throw it?
Where would you like to throw it to?
Like here.
Okay. It is important to note that no one has noticed you yet.
Okay, no, maybe not then.
You hear some shouting off in the distance as well. Sounds like somebody splashing into water over and over and over again, shouting something incoherent at the top of their lungs. That sounds like it's coming from somewhere to the east, and you know the individual up there. Rhea would see you all kind of looking around. She would put her torch out.
So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm about to charge in. Anyone care to join me?
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
I'll
Alright.
follow suit.
I'm gonna start with my spear off my back, and I'm gonna start charging in without yelling, just like trying to be quiet, but like full on charge.
So first off, go ahead and roll stealth check. First off, anyone that's trying to go quietly. Do a brief stealth here.
Could Anna take out one of her fingernails and give it to Rhea? It's a really long message, but one of her
token,
toes.
awesome, yeah.
Yeah. Just hold on to this. And then she'll follow suit with stealth.
Okay. Rhea would kind of look at you in horror, but her hand is out, and as soon as she gets a hold of it, like understanding goes over her. Okay. Alright, so go ahead and do what you all would like to do. Remember not to go diving forward too far.
Alright, so I'm gonna have my hand outstretched, ready to essentially start hitting them with spells as soon as I can see them.
Oh, I also cast Shillelagh again.
Actually, I'm gonna quickly cast Armor of Agathes on myself before I go any further.
Okay, you guys can totally do whatever preparations you want to do.
Pull out my axe.
Althea, you do see some candlelight coming from here. Your token, there you go. Your token can't exactly see it perfectly yet, but as you come around that corner with your spear drawn, in more candlelight, you can see a absolutely filthy individual hunched over what looks like an altar. Just past them, right over here, you can see another body, also completely decked out in the regalia of the cult of the dragon. Whoever is standing over them has it looks like they're grinding something into like almost like a mortar and pestle type motion as they stand over the corpse of the dragon cultist. Their back is to you.
I'm just gonna take one step here as I cast Eldritch Blast on this one here.
So let's go ahead and roll initiative, everybody. So just as your Eldritch Blast goes off, a loud cry of pain comes from the north. See the dagger go down again. It's covering up. But, yep, 16. 16 does hit. But the individual spins, and you can see they are covered in blood. Their hair hangs down in matted locks. They look absolutely filthy as this person turns to face you in the candlelight.
Ugh.
7
Actually,
damage,
not bad.
and that's going to bring us to Kyle.
Is there like a passage right here?
Right here, yep, right there. You get right up there.
All right. I'm going to hold an action, and for whoever to come out of that passageway, then I'm gonna hit him with my my rapier. And since someone's standing right here, would that consider a sneak attack as well, or no?
Let's go ahead and get you into a square, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Rhea is gonna kind of, you see, she's got a heavy crossbow out, and she is just looking around, and she's looking up into the center, into the main ritual site area up there. But she is also going to be holding an action. Trust, you're up.
I'm going to set up here, and I'll hold an Eldritch Blast until I can see something.
And you guys do not have any light sources currently out in front of you.
Nope.
Okay. So, you all see just this pile of bones, a complete human skeleton just kind of turn towards you and just start shambling its way into the path. And when it gets to right here, Kyle, your attack of opportunity will go off. Or, I mean, your held action will go off.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not going to do it. And so will Rhea's. She lets loose with a heavy crossbow. Ooh, and hard miss. Rhea, we're back around to you.
Does my Eldritch Blast go off as
yes,
well?
yes, it does, trust you.
Oh. Rip.
Strike 3.
Alright, I'm gonna take my spear off my back now. As I just like as I'm drawing it, I'm just gonna ram it down on the undead's head.
Jeez.
Damn. Can't seem to hit right now.
element is giving you guys some problems. Right.
I'll also move right here. And let me turn.
Althea, you're done. Anacola, you're up.
All right.
Akio will have.
Okay, she's going to swing her swing what is it? Swing her quarterstaff over her head, and then come slamming it down into the skeleton's skull. Hopefully. Hey!
There's a hit. Yep.
Yay.
Let's go.
So as the quarterstaff crashes down onto it, you all can see bone splinter. The creature is just absolutely obliterated by that hit. So 9 turning into 18, it just explodes.
She just kind of like blows on her disgusting fingernails, and it's just like that's how it's done. And then she sees this guy, thinks he looks like kind of cute, but she's gonna keep going this way. Let's just start here.
The screaming from over there is intense. Whoever is on that table is not having a good time at all. Luckily, though, it does seem to be covering up most of the noise that you all are making.
And that's her turn.
Okay. And you've moved into the ritual circle area?
Yes, just barely.
Okay. Brings us down to this. And it is going to just let out this nasty hiss right towards you all. And he's just going to start stumbling forwards, like barely holding themselves together as they just rush towards you. And when they get to right about there, you hear a chain drop, and at the end of it, it looks like a human skull bolted to the end of a chain, and they just begin swinging it around wildly. Althea, it is a 16 to hit.
That's a miss.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that's their turn. No cries for help, no shouts, just charging in and trying to hit you with that skull flail. Oh, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to take a step forward, and I'm just going to swing at the guy in front of me with my battle axe.
It does not.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do.
Anacola at the top of the initiative. Actually, sorry, just 1 second.
Is there supposed to be music?
It's very quiet. Now that you guys have fully engaged, we'll go ahead and start the fight music.
My bad, I
It's
just didn't know if
it's
there was
just the
supposed to
spooky
be
forest
music.
music was on. Now we are past spooky forest and into fight. Right. So. Okay. Anacola, as you enter into that clearing, hear what sounds like a type sound. Somebody very pointedly making a noise to alert another. Hear it coming from your left in the bushes, hidden. The person at the table turns towards you slowly. See the nothing but darkness behind the hood. And you hear a voice, very softly, almost a whisper. Meddling where you ought not.
Isn't it Kaio's turn?
It actually is this hidden individual's turn
Oh, okay. Sorry,
right
my bad.
here. So from the bushes, you hear rustling, Anacola, and from that rustling, you see an individual burst out of the bushes over there.
Ah.
That was 4, 5, and 6. They do rush out towards you when you see this wicked knife be pulled. And as they approach, you can see this darkness almost swelling up around them, almost as if darkness clings to these individuals. They thrust out with a dagger. It's only a 7 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. And that is going to bring us to Kaio. You guys can still hear shouting and splashing and just incoherent, rage-filled babble coming from somewhere to the east.
Alright, I'm gonna move here. Well, hold on. Sorry. Let me take that back. I was here. 30 feet. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, wait. Do I get. Sorry. I get 30 feet, right? Of. That's okay. So.
As a tabaxi, you might get some extra movement as well. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was.
You have some cool movement abilities as a tabaxi.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for right now.
And agility. You can double your movement speed, but you can't use it again until you have not moved for an entire turn.
Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna move. Oops. I'm gonna move here and sneak attack this guy.
Kaio, as you approach, you can also see that darkness seems to just radiate from this individual.
Okay.
Almost sneaking out, snake-like little smoke wisps trying to reach out for you. The darkness and stuff does.
Wonder if casting light would make it take damage.
Kaio, 13 hits. Nice. Okay. So, 13 damage. Kaio, with one clean thrust directly through this thing's chest, you hear a gasping noise, and you see all those little black tendrils kind of shrink back in on themselves.
Noise.
They're easy to hit, I guess.
Anything else?
That's it. That's my turn.
Got it. Okay. Rhea is just going to come forward, and she is going to pull a torch out, light it, and do what Anacola was going to do at the beginning, and just huck that torch as far as she can.
Fuck it.
Pretty far, considering she's a fighter. She's gonna get it to right there.
Oh shit, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Trust her up.
I'm going to seeing that there's light now. Run after everyone else. And ooh, okay. I am going to look at the this little guy over here. Whisper under my breath and cast Hex on.
And that'll give you all an example of how the concentration API works. You see Trust is now concentrated on Hex. And if Trust was to take damage, it would automatically roll the concentration save, show the results, and remove concentration if necessary.
And I will. That was my bonus action. Action. I will, for the third time, attempt to Eldritch Blast him, holding my one hand, like the wrist of my firing hand, trying to steady my aim, and try another Eldritch Blast. Same roll. Amazing.
Oh, jeez, it is the same roll. It is an 8 and an 11 again. Jeez. Let's spam roll 20.
Yep, I'm blaming roll 20. My turn.
Skeleton is dead. Althea, you're up.
All right.
The screaming and shouting incoherently has stopped.
Althea will definitely spin her spear as she comes around to the side of his head with it.
14 hits. 7. Okay.
That should be 8 actually. I just realized I need to change something real quick. It's 8 damage.
So as this individual turns and sneers a filthy face towards you, the spear just catches them squarely, and they do.
Hey.
There we go. That's better.
Okay, anything else?
Not seeing any other enemies over there. I'll charge forth.
Foster, our rulings on moving through occupied spaces is simply that you cannot stop and end your turn or take actions in an occupied space. And you can move through occupied spaces freely as long as it is not a hostile creature to you. If the creature is hostile, it will be a opposed athletics check to pass through that creature's space.
And a friendly creature isn't difficult terrain?
Friendly creature is not difficult terrain.
That's all for me.
So, now that the screaming and shouting from earlier has stopped, you all see a figure come slowly sauntering into the area. Back here, you see this individual is dragging behind the soaking corpse of a dragon cultist by the foot, just dragging them in. They carry a shield in one hand, strapped on there, at the same hand that they're dragging the cultist by, and they have a mace in the other hand. They look around and they say, "Who's interrupting my drownings?" And she looks around and she says, "Who the hells are these people?" And then she drops the cultist and readies her mace and shield. But as she used all her movement to drag the corpse up here, that's all she's got for now. Anacola, you're up.
Ah, fun. Okay. Well, she'll just, she'll give, like, a sideways smile, to this fellow. And then just start kinda tiptoeing her way across these rocks. Up until... No, yeah, she'll go right here. And then she'll just, take a swing, with her staff.
Okay. Fortunately, 7 is not going to do it, as with almost supernatural speed, this individual ducks out of the way, the shadows trailing behind them. Even in the candlelight, you can see this dark aura kind of stretching away. It almost seems to end in sharp knife points, each of these shadows.
Sec. Yep. Okay. She'll just tiptoe around. I'll go to the other side of this corpse.
So that is a raised altar 5 feet up. So.
Oh, okay. Never mind. She'll go over here.
Okay.
And that's her turn.
Okay. So the shadowed, hooded figure in front of you looks down towards the cultist on the altar, splayed out, obviously gravely wounded, and looks back towards you. And they have that wickedly twisted knife, and they are going to, in a very deft movement, swing at you with it. It is a 15 to hit.
That's my armor class.
So as this dagger rushes towards you, all of those little pinpricks of shadow and those little tendrils rush forward with the knife, seeming to become an elongation of that knife. And as it pierces you, all of those shadows dive in as well. It is 5 piercing, but you have become vulnerable to piercing as a result of being so close to being in the shadows.
Ah.
10
Okay.
piercing.
Oh, so she takes 10 whole. Okay.
Creature has an aura which gives vulnerability to piercing damage to anybody within a certain.
Ah, okay. She feigns a smile and tries to not show worry.
The cultist on the slab looks over towards you. Help me! Help! Help me! And you just start screaming again. And that one's dead. So Kroll, we are back to you.
Okay. Well,
Where's your
I am
chicken?
just going to way down at the bottom.
Oh,
I
right.
am.
Hiding under a skeleton.
I'm just gonna. Yeah. Sorry.
Very good.
I'm just gonna use my turn to dash. Just to get right up in its face. Just right there.
The one over there, the one down here shouts, "It's a party now!" And you can see they're just getting super excited for what they assume, what they're hoping is just going to be a good fight.
Say, let's dance. That's it.
I'm going to move here. I'm gonna sneak attack this one.
Increase our hits. Right, they are looking rough indeed. They are still standing.
And I can't disengage yet, right?
Disengage is an action, so your attack will take that action.
Yes, I would have taken that action. All right, let's hope he doesn't hit me for 10.
Okay.
Best turn.
Alright. Rhea is going to come running forward. Her crossbow out, and she is going to turn towards that armored individual to the south and let loose with a crossbow bolt. 17. You see this person down there just kind of laugh as Rhea trains the crossbow on them and just crouches down, interjects the shield between themselves and Rhea, and the arrow, the bolt, crashes harmlessly into the shield. Okay. Rhea, what's the right?
Hi.
17.
Oh, that's not. Sorry. Making sure she doesn't have multi-attack with the crossbow, which I don't think she would. But just checking. So, Trust, you're up.
Trust is gonna run up here. Better look of everything. This corner. Will bonus action move my hex over to this person.
Okay.
And then seeing that with the shield up, was like, "Uh-oh," and kind of looks up a little and says, "Did you do anything?" And will attempt to use Sacred Flame.
See?
DC 13.
It does meet to beat. Rolls a 13 on their save.
Right. All I got.
Althea, you're up.
Alright, you'll see kind of like a red glint in her eyes as she looks at him, as the thirst for battle starts to come out from her, and you can start to see that she just loves the fight and like loves to like slay people. So she's gonna quickly charge towards this guy as she's casting her curse on him. Hexblade curse. And I'm going to swing my spear at him. So that's an 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
Alright. I don't have any global modifier, but... So that's gonna be 8 plus...
Where'd you get the bonus to hit? Just out of curiosity?
I might have been thinking of another ability later. My bad. Never mind.
Okay, so 16 does nothing.
I was thinking of a feature I get later. Alright. I miss.
So this individual matches your bloodlust as you rush forward. They can see that battle glint in your eye. And as they deflect the spear, they come back out from behind it. They come back out from behind their shield just laughing. And they scream at you and they say, "Perhaps you should join Bane and I in the eternal struggle." And then she kind of kicks at the cultists by their foot and says, "There's plenty of murder to be done."
I must respectfully decline. I am only here to assure that no evil survives.
They look at you and they say, "I probably would have killed you anyways," and they swing the mace at you. It is a 16 to hit.
That is a miss.
Right.
I will bash it away with my own shield.
Nicole, you're up.
Alright. She is one for the fight, but only ones that she is very obviously going to be the winner of. So she is going to dodge and then move 1, 2, 3.
Disengaging?
No, she'll
Okay.
dodge.
Dodging, got it. So disadvantage on the attack. If they make an opportunity attack against you, as they're going to do. At disadvantage, it is a 15.
Okay. Yep. That hits.
It is 6. It is a total of... Oh, sorry. No. Too high. It is a total of 12 damage. That is with the vulnerability.
Okay. So would she move here already, or would she stay
Yes, as
here?
soon as you leave the space is when the attack would have happened. So you would have made it
Oh.
in space and then gone down.
Okay, she collapses.
You guys hear this inhalation of just like joy from this creature that stands in front of you. They obviously delight in delivery of murder. Word. Okay. That is going to bring us back to the hooded figure's turn. It is going to turn towards the rest of you. Happy with the work that it has done so far. Look around and say, "You should not have come here." And they are going to try to stab Crow.
Aha. Okay.
Roll a does a 22 hit?
Good hell. Yeah.
Take 12 piercing.
Holy crap. All right.
Once again, as the
Vulnerability.
dagger, this individual kind of ducks down and finds a chink in your armor and just jams the dagger up into it. And as they do so, you all can see the shadows swarming in to just dive further into the wound. And Kroll, as the blade strikes, you can just feel the wound getting deeper and deeper and deeper, much farther so than the length of the blade itself should justify as the shadows pierce the brain.
Okay.
Kroll, you're up.
All right.
Sure, that thing only needs like. I'm pretty sure it's on like its last hit point, so just some type of damage to it should kill it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take out my battle axe again and just go to town. See if I can get him.
12 just hits.
Thank God.
Yes. Oh, thank you. 8.
So Kroll, as the hooded figure removes the blade and almost begins to chuckle, they look up just in time to see the blade of the axe just falling down, catches them squarely between the eyes. They are definitely no longer pleased with themselves as they drop lifeless down to the ground.
Yeah, you take that. All right, then for my bonus action, can I do second wind?
Of course.
So I will roll. Hold on. We'll roll a d10 plus 1. Ah, flip. All right, so 4 plus 4, or add 4. Okay, and I will stay right there. I don't want to provoke any opportunity attacks.
This person is paralyzed, lying on the thing. They are in no position to attack you.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought that was an enemy for some
Oh,
reason.
that is one of the
All right.
poor, unfortunate dragon cultists that these people showed up and murdered quite thoroughly.
All right, so 5, 10, 15. I will just move down here, just behind Althea. And that will be my turn.
Go ahead. Kyle, you're up.
I am going to shoot this thing with a crossbow. I do get the sneak attack with it as well, right?
Yep,
It works with the range.
You have
Okay.
allies.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, not a crossbow, a short bow.
19 hits.
Yay.
Foster, also important to note, because you weren't here for session 0, that swapping weapons is a free action within reason. I do specify within reason, so you won't be able to swap back all in one turn. But sheathing a sword and drawing your bow, no problem. You are free to do that. Again, it's just one of those things that you can use that within reason. So I would say that crossing that reason line would probably be stabbing somebody and then like immediately turning around and trying to interact with an object or something like that. Obviously object interaction is a full action, bad example, sorry, but like as long as it's just like sheathing or taking out one weapon per turn, that's fine, as long as it's within reason. You can equip and get ready weapons as a free action.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And then I'm just gonna stay here.
19 just hits. And 8 damage. They take the crossbow bolt on the side and then turn towards you and say, "Ha! Finally one of you hits me!" They do not seem concerned at all. Anything else from Kyle?
Nope, that's it. I'm just gonna stay here, so get my feline agility bit.
Freya is going to get a little closer into Frey, and she is going to take another shot at that fist. And miss. Every time I run this game, Rhea is just like a miss machine. I'm really hoping it's not about to be a repeat. 'Cause she's really strong. Like, she's got a great stat block. She's useful. But if she doesn't hit anything.
Didn't she have multiple attacks?
Not with the heavy crossbow, unfortunately.
Ah, okay.
Trust, you're up.
Trust is looking a little worried, seeing one of the party go down, and he looks like he's about to bolt. And then he's kind of just, for a second, steals himself. You're gonna see a small little pair of prismatic wings show up on his back, and then he will look over at Anicola down on the ground and use healing light. I have a macro for it. Oh, maybe I do.
I don't think there's one set up for healing.
No? Okay, I'll just roll a d6.
I could set one up for you before you
Good enough.
You can do it right now.
right, good enough, indeed. Not dying.
One.
death saves.
She takes like a deep breath, like coughing. Not mulch yet.
Yeah, and then I'm going to just move over here just so I can keep an eye on the entrance. And that's my turn.
Right, Althea.
Alright. So Thea's just gonna swing her spear again, trying to aim at one of the.
Your name.
It's fine. Trying to hit one of the cracks in the armor. Not this time. Damn.
Okay. Now, just riotously laughing, this armored figure with their shield is going to swing it once again at Althea. They crit you this time, Althea.
Oh.
It is 9 bludgeoning.
Alright, they also take 5 cold damage from armor agony. Yep.
Oh, armor of Agathis. Yeah. Alright. So just riotously laughing, they bring the mace down, and as they crack onto you, they just let loose this roar of victory just before the explosion goes off and just cuts the shouting short. So 5.
Yep.
Right.
Please, you didn't think that would be all of it, did you? You sure you want to keep attacking me?
Now, with fresh blood on their teeth as they smile back at you, they just nod furiously and step forward again.
Alright.
They're enjoying this a little too much. Alright. Anicola.
Alright, she will use 15 feet of movement to get back up. And she'll... Oh wait, can she still... She sees Trust, and... Yeah, she sees Trust and just kind of gives him thumbs up and goes, 1, 2, 3. She'll go over here. She'll bonus action hex this guy. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I just cast it?
Doesn't look like you have a spell.
Oh yeah, it's an innate spell though. So I can cast it once per day.
Okay. So from your character sheet, you should just be able to click on the button. From in spells.
Yeah, that's what I did to.
Did you do it from the actions? From the actions and spellcasting? Attacks and spellcasting, or from spells?
I did it from both. The second time was from actions and spellcasting. The first time was from the list.
Alright, no worries. We can just automatically put the, we can just manually put that on.
Oh, okay, thank you. And then she'll grab the spear from her back, or oh wait, can she? Damn it. Wait, she was. Yep. She Oh wait, she can still throw it. Never mind. Yeah, so she'll throw that spear. Kind of line herself up and then chuck it at the guy. It's slightly out of the regular range, so is that like disadvantage?
It would be disadvantage. Can you get any closer, or did you want to get any closer?
It was half my movement to get here. So
Oh,
no.
yep. Okay. Yep. So yes, it would be a disadvantage. Yeah. Unfortunately, 10 does not hit. Goes wide.
Yeah. She kind of just scoffs, and that'll be her turn.
Okay. Roll. You're up.
Okay. So I'll take out my well, I have my battle axe, and I will just move forward 5 feet and attack.
You can get flanking if you go behind them.
That is true.
Oh.
Just so you know, though, the water. Anytime that you guys see the water, that is difficult terrain.
Okay, so that's 10 feet then.
Would that
20,
include the bridges and rocks?
30.
Except for the bridges and rocks, exactly. Okay, so 19 hits.
Okay. 5.
Your axe crashes into their back, and they are sputtering now, but still laughing.
Okay, and that's it for me.
Kyle, you're up.
I'm going to run over here.
Remember the water is difficult terrain.
Oh, you're right. I'll just stay here and shoot it with my short bow.
23 hits. So,
Oh, that's probably gonna do it.
Althea, you see this person in front of you just as his laughter is cut short, there is a crossbow bolt sticking out right below their lower lip. And Kroll, you see the point of it jutting out from the base of their skull. The eyes go wide, but the face is still smiling as they drop.
Yep.
I like that guy's vibe.
I'll take my spear and just like stab it into his head for good measure.
Twitches
I think we need to question the remaining.
as you're saying that, the person still up there is no longer screaming, but they're help me, help.
Are we in combat or no?
We are dropping out of combat.
I want to make sure my dog's or ghost is okay.
Is this so? Would just so I like know, would this person be at like 0 hit points? Like I'd need to save them, or are
They
they
are
like?
at 1 hit point.
Oh, okay, they're fine then.
So if no one's gonna stop Althea, she's gonna start charging the cultists and probably just kill them.
Should not
Because
we-
that battle crazed eyes of Althea is gonna turn onto the cultist as she starts to charge towards the last cultist.
Rhea will most certainly interject herself between you and that cultist and put her hands up and say, "We need to question him."
Althea will look a little bit sad and just kind of like put her spear, cast prestidigitation on her spear to clean it up, and then just like fine and walk away.
Rhea looks concerned. Jesus, who are these people?
Anna will try to look for her spear.
Oh yeah, it's just in a bush right here, easily accessible.
Yep, she grabs it. That's fine.
Is ghost still hiding?
Kaio Ghost is still hiding. Pops his head out when you come around. Definitely scared. They don't like the vibes of this place at all.
This is gonna walk over to the cultist. Is he tied down?
No. As you're looking, there appears to be a pool of blood spreading out from his lower back.
Well, my friend, it looks like you're dying. So speak up if you'd like some help. Come in here and
Please, I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Who are those people?
We're planning to raid a nearby caravan, performing a ritual, and these psychopaths just came out of the woods and started killing.
Out of nowhere, you didn't do anything to warrant an attack.
No, we were just planning to rob some people on the road, kill them if we had to. But these people, who are these people? God.
Look at the person at my feet. There's still a person in that robe. Is it?
Oh yeah.
What does it look like?
You pull the cloak back. Pull the hood back.
Yep.
A lot of self-mutilation, almost as if they were trying to flay the skin from their own face. Makes determining whatever they might have looked like almost impossible. The nose is gone, eyelids are gone.
That's the hooded guys.
They were quite beautiful, no?
Relative
So
term.
Cultists would look over and see that and be like, "Oh God, no!" And as he says that, he says, "It's the dead three. It's the dead three. Oh no! Oh no!" He seems completely terrified by that prospect.
The dead three. What is that?
Somebody can make a religion check if they would like to.
We have only found 2, so I feel that we are in danger still.
Fortunately,
Oh,
nameless.
terrible.
I'll use my inspiration.
Okay. Kaio. The name the Dead Three refers to 3 evil gods and their followers. The gods are Bane, Wall, and Myrtle. The gods of death, murder, and domination, respectively.
Okay, I relay that to the rest of the party.
Make sure I got that right.
At this point, Althea's gonna step up with her eyes just bright red, and just like look down at him, and be like, "Give me one good reason why. Actually, no. Give me 2 good reasons why I shouldn't just stab you right now."
Oh, I can help you. I have a letter. I'll give you this letter. It's our next target.
She'll take the letter. That's 1.
I'm helpless. I can't hurt anybody. They've paralyzed me. Please.
She grits her teeth and she's just like looking at the rest of the party like, are we done with this person?
I'm fine with it as long as everyone else is okay with it.
Yeah, I'm down.
What rises is what falls, ash to ash and all that.
This is just like, oh!
Well, I did tell you 2 reasons. As she like raises her spear and just like jams it into his head.
He turns into Tiamat. Alright, so on that note that he passed to you all, says the following. It says, head to the bathhouse in Baldur's Gate and retrieve our queen's stolen treasure. The bathhouse is located in the northern portion of the lower city. It has a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its front gates. You will not be able to miss it. If Duke Van Thamper thinks she can use our queen's treasure to buy the loyalty of the cult of the Dead Three, she is sorely mistaken. I'll be looking for you in Baldur's Gate when I arrive. Bring the treasure to me, or to Altus, or he will come for you. It is signed Wormspeaker rim is. So, those of you that are from Baldur's Gate would recognize the name Van Thamper immediately. Van Thamper family is a up-and-coming house of patriarchs. Duke Thalamra Van Thamper is next in line to become one of the 3 High Dukes of Baldur's Gate. And as all this is going on, Rhea is becoming increasingly concerned, increasingly anxious to get back. Says, "This is right. Right, we were supposed to be here for dragon cultists. Instead, we find a bunch of dead men, and these... whatever this is," and she points towards the man who very clearly tried to take his own face off.
Can we check the bodies? If there's anything interesting on them? Like,
So, you guys want to spend some time searching this area?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Right. So, how do you all want to do this? So there's a few areas that you guys didn't really get into very much. So there's the area that had the initial cultists that you all encountered, that area, Kaio, and in there, it's a altar. Lots and lots of blood on that altar. It all seems to come from one individual, that one that's right down there that you can see. The cultists that you encountered appeared to have been grinding wax into their victim's blood. There is also... there is also on that altar, knocked over, seemingly without much thought, there is 5 little statuettes, 5 miniature painted statues of one of a red dragon, one of a black dragon, one of a white, a green, and a blue dragon.
I'll grab those.
They each seem to carry some value. Trust, you can see that this cultist here, the one that was fighting with you guys so intently, was carrying a shield. That shield does still seem functional, as does this individual's chainmail.
Oh.
They are both marked with what appears to be a black hand.
I'll let the group know because I can't use any of those.
Is the chainmail standard, or is it like made of dragon scales or something?
It is standard. That would be the chainmail on this person here.
Mm-hmm.
And from what you all are seeing here, these individuals do not appear to be dragon cultists. They are most definitely other.
Nobody wants a chainmail. I'll take it.
I was gonna say I'll take the chainmail too because I can use it later.
We have a couple individuals that can make good use out of it. I think Kroll and Althea.
Kroll probably the best. And Althea.
Can you use it right now?
Right now.
We've already got chainmail.
Yeah, I got chainmail and a shield, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Do
Kai,
I
I
need,
recommend against you taking that since it'll mess with your stealthing ability.
True. I didn't think of that. You're right.
And
do you need proficiency for a shield?
I'll be able to use the chainmail at level 4. So I'll take it for now as temporary armor so I can get some plate mail.
What is this cultist wearing?
He is wearing just dragon cultist leathers.
Oh, okay. Also, in a Rhea will like hear in her head are you alright? And it'll like echo and reverberate in her mind for a couple
She'll
seconds.
kind of cock her head up around. Are you making eye contact with her or anything?
Yes.
When she sees you, she would nod. Can she send one back to you?
No.
She would return your eye contact and nod out loud enough for everyone to hear. She'd say, "I am just anxious to get back to El Toro. This does not seem right. We need to report this."
Well then, I guess we should head back.
As you all are searching the rest of this, Anacola, when you get over there, there are. Well, first you passed the one drowned cultist, the one right there. There are two more over here in corners that do not appear to have any wounds on them, except their hands are bound and they are soaking wet.
Search them.
As you all search through the rest of the bodies, we'll just go ahead and group it all together. You all find 4 potions of healing spread out between the various cultists, and each of the hooded figures each carries a metallic rose.
Ooh.
Kaio, with your 23 on religion, you would recognize that as a rose of ball.
I'll take one of those.
So,
who?
all right. So, Bane, the Lord of Darkness. Ball is the Lord of Murder, and Merkel is the Lord of Bones or Death.
Can I,
What was that? The Rose of Ball?
Yep. Bhaal.
Can any of us not heal? I feel those are most fit for the healing potions.
I can do second wind.
Actually, I would like one. Never mind. And she'll just grab one and drink it.
All right.
Wait, right now? We could just take a short rest if you want, if you're worried about it. Your
Rhea
HP.
would pretty heavily insist on not waiting. Of course, you guys
Yeah,
if you want to, but Rhea would definitely protest to waiting any longer than
Nah, she's impulsive. And Cola will just walk over, not say anything, and just pop open the cap, take a swig.
What mullet?
That's 2d4 plus 2. Ah, fine.
So you guys have how many did I say you guys found? 4 or 3?
4.
We'll just say 4. Yeah. So you guys have 3.
I'll pocket
You
one for
also
now as
have
well.
A group. Oh, you know what? I haven't made you guys a group loot. Does somebody want to be in
Yeah, I
charge
don't
of keeping track of group loot?
I guess-
Okay, so does it mean
I-
our characters?
I
Does it mean
guess
our
I can do
characters
it.
will have it? Does it mean our characters will have it, or we as players will just keep track?
So the idea behind the group loot is like,
So I can.
is that
I like
everyone's carrying it like separated among us, but like we all have like access to it if we need it, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, I'll do it because I like doing it. It's just Anna would not.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Picture.
Cause then you can just put like all the healing potions in the group loot.
Right.
It's easier to track that way. Just put everything in group loot, then we can split it when we need to.
Okay. You found the Roses of Ball, you found the statuettes, you found the unfortunate drowned cultists. That was what you guys were hearing, by the way, was that armored individual down here just gleefully drowning cultists.
Distasteful, honestly.
Indeed. Right. Alright, everyone. So, Rhea is certainly in a hurry to get back to El Toro.
Probably start heading back.
Should head back.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to make sure the ghost is following us.
Anna will just take the torch over here and just kind of like wade it through, like over here to see if there's anything to see.
No, you guys have found everything of value.
Okay. Got it.
Let's head out.
1 second.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. Okay. Okay.
Right. So, as you all make your way back out onto the road with your spoils and your new information, Rhea is almost frantic. She is just saying over and over her head, right, right, it's happening, and she is almost running the distance. But eventually, you all find yourselves in view of the light of the companion. You see it rising up in the distance. And as you're all approaching, you're maybe about 3 or 4 miles away from the companion at this point. And the first thing that you notice is a very slight rumbling, almost as if an earthquake had begun. Rumbling intensifies as you all approach. Rhea stops dead in her tracks, and she looks up towards the companion. Anyone that would follow her eyes would see that the companion itself seems to be darkening, pulling in whatever light it might have once shone over this area. The ground rocks, almost as if somebody had grabbed the earth beneath you all and just shook as violently as they could. People begin pouring out of their homes nearby, the small farmsteads emptying as people look towards the city, and you all see that pinpoint of light, shining beacon that is the companion, suddenly reverse and go black.
Mm.
And all hear the cries of terrified citizens and children. These cries are filling the air as the material plane itself splits open out about a mile ahead of you all. From your position, you can see a rend in the ground. You see fire. You see roiling red, almost as if molten blood in that hole. The plane splits open, revealing the fiery depths of hell. Companion and Elturel tremble. You can see some of the towers beginning to crumble and falter as enormous iron chains shoot up from the ground, surrounding the city. They shoot up from the mountainside up into the ground and arc over until these chains with wicked, massive spikes the size of buildings strike into the city, tighten, begin to pull down. You all watch as these massive flaming chains latch onto the city and begin to pull. You hear cracking as the earth rends, and that entire mountain simply begins to sink in on itself as these flaming chains latch onto the city and drag it down into Avernus. The inferno that rises up behind it is nearly blinding. It is accompanied by a deafening blast that stifles the pleading and screaming of those still trapped inside of Elturel. Almost as suddenly as this all began, all you see is red fire out in front of you through all of the smoke and the haze, and even that slowly begins to fade away. The sounds slowly retreating until it's all just quiet except for the few screams of the people that are outside of the city still. The smoke begins to clear. You see that Elturel is gone, placed by a crater in the earth, almost as if the entire top of that hillside, that mountain, was just collapsed into itself, leaving nothing behind but a huge fiery crater. We'll watch as a scorched rainbow scarf begins to flutter helplessly in the wind, and darkness fully engulfs the land. In an instant, Elturel is no more. Last image you all can see of it, remember of it, canyon, that sphere of light, pitch black, arcing out purple, red lightning from it instead of its light. Elturel is no more, for Elturel has fallen into the first layer of the Night. And this is where we call it a session for today.